Milky Way. Then there was the Crab Nebula. Then there was...
Okay. Please excuse my sweat. I'm in Georgia. It's hot all the time. Hot and humid. All right, sup? It's Sun Sage, and we're here. I went to the King Gizzard and the Little Wizard Field of Vision, and it was pretty cool. That was my first music festival, and I had a really good time. First, I really want to say that I wouldn't have had such a good time if my neighbors weren't also nice and friendly and inviting. They really made the experience for me. Like, if I was just there, because I went by myself, if I was just there and nobody around me talked to me or anything, probably wouldn't have had such a good time. But I had some pretty cool neighbors, and we were all like cool and chilling. Getting a lot of ants. Like, is this a bad spot? All right. So this was my first music festival. So I'm not comparing it to anything. This was my first experience, my first event like this. Day 0, I got there early. Got there a day before it started. And a lot of us did. A lot of us got there a day early. Everyone was so nice and friendly and chill, and it was all around a good experience. Day 1, the logistics, it wasn't too much of a long line. You just drove. They showed you exactly where to go, and you just, you parked. All right, back up. You parked, and yeah, you just start setting up camp. It was pretty simple. First day there though, okay, actually, hold up. People were from all over. I would say, yeah, all over the world, but mostly all over America. There were people from, just off the top of my head, there were people from Mexico, like not border Mexico, like Juarez or anything. Like, they were deep 6 hours or more from Juarez, and I think they drove through Mexico all the way up to Colorado. There was people from Mexico. There was Oregon, Idaho, Philadelphia, and me here from Georgia, Texas, and other places, a lot of other places. I mean, the band, they were from Australia, and I think there was another band from Istanbul. I think I'm saying that right. It was pretty cool. That night though, I saw a UFO. Yeah. At first, I was like, when it first started happening, right? Okay. We'll set the scene up. So I'm there. We're sitting down, talking, smoking, and there was these stars. The stars were beautiful that night too. And yeah, we were just looking at the stars, and there was these set of stars sitting up in the sky. And I don't know, I just fixated on those stars. Like, all the other stars were beautiful, but these stars, they didn't really look that different. But I just stopped and stared at them, and they started moving. And at first I was like, what? And then I was like, hey, it's moving. Yeah, there was a lot of thoughts going through my head. I thought they were drones, but they were up there the whole night. And you know, though, yes, drones are supposed to blink red and blue or green and red or something like that. And I don't really trust that, because you can just change the lights, and it's not that hard to change the lights, or go in there and cut lights off, disconnect some lights and put a different LED on there. I mean, it's not that hard. But they were up there for a long time, the whole night. I thought they were stars. On top of that, the way they moved, it was 3 just sitting up there, and then they just started moving, right? Like that, like not exactly, but, and then it turned and went like that, and then it started spreading apart. Like, it was like they just started spreading apart really slowly. Well, I mean, it was fast at first, but then it got real slow towards the end. And I was like, look, and everybody started looking towards the end when it was like moving further apart, like, but they were moving really slow at that point. So you could tell they were moving, but it wasn't that drastic, and it wasn't like if you looked and you saw some stars moving like really, really slow, you'd be like, that is kind of weird, you know. But you didn't see the beginning. You didn't see the turn all crazy and stuff. So there was that, and it was going really slow, and they were like, yeah. And then like they looked away, continued talking. I'm still staring at it. I'm looking back, looking at it, looking back, looking at it. And the last time I looked, the one on the bottom right just shot off, just super fast, dude. Like I could see it like there, and then it was gone. It was like a line, like very faint. It was gone. It moved so fast. Yeah, that was. I was like, that couldn't be drones, unless if that was drones, they would have had to have a line of drones set up in the sky, and then have them like light off like super fast to make it look like it teleported. Well, to make it look like it accelerated super fast, just shot off. And there was no way that could have been a drone, because who's gonna have all those drones in the sky waiting? And then just as I looked, it like, nah, that was like, I mean, that explanation is the only way I could think that could happen, if you had multiple drones up there. But anyways, let's move past that UFO experience. That happened. Back to the music festival. Day 1, Buena Vista, Colorado. I didn't understand how to dress. Coming from Georgia, it's always hot and humid here, and yeah, Colorado is, or at least that part, is very mountainous. It was like we were in a valley and it was surrounded by mountains, but we were still, our elevation was still pretty high. And it was hot, windy, rainy, sunny, cold, cloudy, everything. It was like I didn't know what to wear. I found out the best thing to wear is a raincoat, some shorts, and some boots. You're ready for everything in that. But the first day was me just adjusting to the weather and trying to adjust to the elevation, but I didn't really feel it at first. The first set was awesome. That was like, I had a really good time. Unfortunately though, there was someone who passed the first night there. And yeah, and the band, King Gizzard, stopped the show and everything to make sure that he was good, that he got taken care of as fast as they could, as fast as we could, you know. But he did end up still passing away. Right, day 2. Went to the performance of day 2. Instantly got winded. Like, as soon as the mosh pit started, I'm out there in the mosh pit, and yeah, it was just like, oh wait, hold up. Okay, so the first night, mosh pit, fun, had a good time, right? Second night, mosh pit. I don't know. I feel like the elevation got to me. I got out there, instantly winded. I was ready to go. And the scary thing about mosh pits is people won't let you out sometimes. And when you're out of breath and you feel your legs like getting weak, like anybody ever lifted, like deadlifted and tried to max out and you got really lightheaded, like you didn't breathe right or something, you didn't breathe and you're lifting a lot. Yeah, it was that feeling. It was like legs wobbly, like, whoa. Let me get out of here. It was a fight. I had to fight my way out. Not like literally fight my way out, but like it was rough. So I went. Eventually, I got out. It was a little hard, and kind of just sat there. My friends, they were probably still in the mosh pit, and I lost them. And yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling it tonight. So I don't really have much to say about the second set. They did play Magenta Mountain though. I like Magenta Mountain. It was definitely the elevation because I couldn't breathe. And it's like when you're out there and everybody is hot already. First off, it's cold every night, but when you're in a mosh pit, it's hot. And everybody's breathing. And it feels like they're sucking the air from you. And you gotta like, hold up, back up. But yeah, it was rough. All right, day 3 though. I was still exhausted on the 3rd day. I just sat there and I was in like energy conservation mode. I just wanted to save all my energy for the last night because I wanted to be out there. I was gonna be out there no matter what. I want to be out there the whole night. That night was amazing. It was just about everything I would want from a King Gizzard performance. They finished with 2 of my favorite songs, Float Along. Was it Float Along? Fill Your Lungs and Dripping Tap. 2 of my favorite songs. And it was epic. They dedicated it to Matthew, which was really cool. I thought that was really thoughtful of them. And then they threw sticks. By the way, Dripping Tap was amazing, bro. That was like, it was so many people crowd surfing and just, it was wild, man. I had a really good time. But yeah, I caught a stick. They threw sticks out. I wasn't even expecting to catch it. I saw him throwing it. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was like, oh. And then it just kind of like, I was like I didn't really catch it. It just kind of landed on me. And then I caught it, I guess. But yeah. I caught a stick. I wish I got it signed, but that's okay. I got it, right? That was best first music festival ever. So yeah. It was actually like 4 days, but I'm glad I got there a day early because it was like, this just added to the experience. It was like a cherry on top. Like, made a bunch of friends first night, chilled, saw UFO, and slept really, really good. What I didn't like, the beach balls and inflatables during the performance. That was hella distracting and hella annoying. Like, dude, you're just there, like, they're just, and you there's a beach ball just hitting you in the head, and you just see it like out in the crowd. It's coming towards you, hits you. I just ignored it. I got hit a few times. I just ignored it. I'm just here for the music. I'm not here to. That was very distracting. I didn't like it. Pretty annoying too. On the other, like, when people weren't playing, there was music all day pretty much, but when it was very spread out. I wish there were like fun interactive events, like a game, like volleyball or frisbee or soccer or I don't know, something anybody could join and do and meet people not like meet people, but like something interactive where we have to interact with people that we wouldn't normally interact with, just to do stuff like a bonfire or a game or some type of board games or music. We could all have like instruments there, or drum circles, yeah, something fun. I know there was meditation and yoga. I wasn't interested in that, but yeah. There was always someone performing, and I just really didn't have the energy to see it all. It was these people performing all the way over here, and then you gotta go perform. Somebody performing all the way over there. An hour later, and then you know, and then there, and then yeah, it was a lot of walking. I don't want to sound lazy, but I was tired. That was a lot of walking. I'd make one trip during the morning, and then that was it. I'd go back and chill until the night, because I had to save my energy. Yeah, that was it. The performances were all spread out. It was exhausting, walking. Alright. People might hate me for this, but I did not like getting down and getting back up. When they're like, alright, get down, everybody get down. Dude, I just got done jumping around. My knees hurt. Everybody get down. No. But yeah, I got down. Whatever. Got over it. But what I did like, it felt like a congregation of a bunch of artists. Not just the musicians, but everybody in the crowd. I don't know. Everybody in the crowd were just creative and expressive and artistic and fun people. There was almost always someone playing. I know I said that was what I didn't like, but I also liked that. I just didn't like how spread out it was. It was a lot. It was just like, man, I don't know if I want to see these people, but I also want to have energy later. The location was freaking beautiful. Buena Vista, bro. Buena Vista. Showers and bathrooms. Pretty good location. There was a lot of them, and the showers were only $5. They said they were $10, and then they dropped them to $5. And I was like, yeah, that was good. That was great. I'm glad they did that. Pretty much half the cost of what it would have cost if you showered all 3 days. Okay. I think that's it. The merch line was crazy. I didn't get much official merch because it was crazy, but I did go to Mirage City and got a few things from there. I had a much better experience going to Mirage City. Alright, and I got this patch. From Mirage City. The girl was selling it. I don't know if she sold them and made it herself, but come on, man. Back up. I got this from Mirage City, and I sold it to my pawn shop. But yeah, that was it. Oh shit. King Giz and Liz Wiz. I forgot. Am I going next year? Maybe. Thinking about it. There's a lot of things I want to do. I want to go to Rainbow Family. I want to go to Burning Man. I want to go to Shambhala. Shambhala's all the way in, that's overseas. So it's like I might. It depends. But yeah, would I go next year if those things weren't on my mind? For sure. Yeah, that was fun. And I know it's gonna be better next year. can't wait to see what they come out with, more music they come with. But yeah, King Giz and Liz Wiz, Phil Bidge, pretty fun. Highly recommend if you like music and art, and all around like that culture of that counterculture. All right, for this time, peace.